Hello students. In previous video, I have introduced linked list. The basic concept of linked list I have discussed in the previous video. In this video, I'm going to solve some programs questions I have taken from previous year question paper of board council ICC board. Okay, so let's start without wasting your and my time. If you have not seen that video of linked list in which I have introduced the linked list, please watch that video, only then this thing will be clear, this question will be clear. Okay, so as I told in section C, part 2, section C, there will be 3 questions. Out of 3 you have to attempt only 2. So this will be the last question, and the last question will have 2 parts. The first question will be from linked list, this such type of question will have, and second question will be of binary tree. So the video regarding binary tree I have already uploaded, and here I am going to discuss this question. Okay, so without wasting your and my time, let's have solution of this question. So you'll have the question in this format. Okay, this is the format of question. This is the way you will be asked this question. You have to write the method. Okay, see. See here, a linked list is formed from the objects of the class node. The class structure of the node is given below. Yesterday, I have explained in that video what is a linked list. Linked list is a collection of nodes, right? What is a linked list? Linked list is a collection of nodes. And what is a node actually? A node is an object of such class. This I have explained in that video. Okay, so this is the class structure, and the function prototype will be given there. See, I'm going to read it out. A linked list is formed from the objects of the class node. Okay, what is a node? Node is a object of this class. And what is a linked list? Linked list is a group of nodes. Okay, so I think this line is clear. How a linked list is formed? A linked list is formed from the objects of the class node, which has, you can see here, this class node has 2 members, num and next. So whenever we will create the object of this class, there will be memory location for num and next, which I have explained in previous video. Please watch that video. This I have shown you, info and next, like that. Okay, so I will discuss here again. So a linked list is formed from the objects of the class node. I think it is clear. This point is clear. The class structure of the node is given below. This is the class structure of the node. Class name is node, and it has 2 data members. One num, which is of int type. In that example, in previous video example, I have taken this name I have taken as info. Name may be anything that I have already explained. And here node next, same class object we have taken. Why it is this, everything I have explained in that previous video. Please watch that video, then come back to here. Okay, and then what is the question? It is given, this class structure is given. Now it is given, write an algorithm or method. Here I will discuss the method only. Algorithm will take time. You have to understand. If you know how to write an algorithm, then okay, but if you do not know, then it will take time to understand. First of all, you have to learn what is algorithm, how to write the algorithm. So better, here I am going to explain the method. Function you all are knowing, I think. Function all knows. Everyone knows function. Okay, so write an algorithm, algorithm or a method. Either one you can write. So here I am going to discuss method. I will write method to count the method for what? To count the nodes that contains only odd integers from existing linked list. See this concept, this point. Please remember this, existing linked list, and returns the count. The method declaration is as follows. Okay, so this is the function prototype. Method prototype is given already. The name of the function is what? It should be count odd, and it should have this parameter, and the return type of this function is int. It is given. It will be given in the question. This is the question. Okay, so before writing the solution of this program, before writing this method, let me tell you few consideration. With that consideration keeping in mind, you will write this algorithm or method. What are the considerations? That the address of first node, if you have the word start or start pt or something like that, this it means this is the address of first node. This start, or sometimes you will have start, sometimes start pts. If any start word is there, it means that is the address of first node of the linked list. Okay, please remember that first node address is stored into the start. Okay, start is an object of that node class. Object is what? What is start? Here, what is start ptr? You can see this is node. Node is a class name, so this is the object of that. And what it has? It has the address of first node. First condition consideration. Second consideration, you will consider that linked list is already existing, having few nodes. Okay, means few nodes are already there. The linked list is already created. It has some nodes. Already it has some nodes. Second, this is the second consideration. You have to, it is mentioned, you can see from an existing linked list. So you have to consider that the linked list is already existing. And the last one is what? That last node next part will have null. These three consideration you have to keep in mind. Then you will write the algorithm or method. Okay. So here I'm going to write the algorithm. Sorry, I'm going to write the method. So as it is given in the question, the function prototype should be like this. So this I'm going to use. So I'm going to define the method. Method or function both are same thing, you know. Okay, method. Here, just a minute. Okay, so this function prototype I'm going to use means we are going to define this function. Okay, this is the solution. I've started C. So as I told that three consideration, please keep in mind. What is this start PTR? It is, it has the address of first node. So first of all, one thing, uh, please draw a linked list. Based on the question, please draw a linked list having at least 3 or 4 nodes, roughly, I'm telling you. Then you will get the idea. So first here I'm going to draw the linked list. One linked list I will draw with the based on this question. Okay, see this linked list. Okay, draw some linked list like this. Since this here class name is node and it has 2 data member num and next. Okay, how this node is created, everything I've explained in that previous video. Please watch that video first. If you have not seen that video, please go through that. So here, first of all, draw some linked list, one linked list having some nodes. This I have drawn. Now, as I told, strpti is what? It has the address of first node. Consider the address of first node is what? 100. Consider this node, this linked list has four nodes, and each node has 2 parts, num and next. Okay, and num has the value and next has the address of next node in the list. This is the 200, it has 300, it has 400, it has, and the last node next part is will have null, as I already told you. Okay, so consider this linked list is there already, it is there, it is existing. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write a method to count the nodes that contain only odd integers. We are going to count the nodes which has which have odd integers. Means, see how many nodes are here in this linked list, which have what? Odd numbers, odd integers, 1 and 2. You can see these two nodes, only these two nodes have odd integers. So we are going to count the number of nodes which have odd integers. Okay, this is the question. So how it can be done? What we have to do, we have to start from, we have to go to each index. Sorry, we have to go to each node. As we move in array, in case of array, as we move from index to index, we go to index number 0, then we go to index number 1, then we go to index number 2. In case of array, in the same manner, here we have to move to each node. So how to move to each node, that I'm going to tell you. If you remember, in case of array, we start index from 0. We take a loop, for loop, and we start I equal to 0. We start the value of I, that is loop variable. We start from 0. Why that 0 we have taken? Because that start index starts from 0, and we go up to a dot length. So here we have to start from, in this case of linked list, we have to start from start node, first node. That node, first node address is stored into which variable, which object? Start PTR. So we'll start from start PTR. Okay. So I'm going to write this code. Okay. So in case of array, what we write? Int I equal to 0. Here I'm taking an object PTR of node class, and there I'm storing the address of first node, what start PTR has. Okay, so as we do I equal to 0, int I equal to 0 in case of array, here we have to start from the first node, that is start PTR. So what is the address? What start PTR has? It has the address of first node. What is that? 100. So the value of PTR will be, PTR an object. PTR is also an object of node class, you can see, and it has the address of first. What are we storing in that? We are storing the address of first node in that. So PTR, the value of PTR will be what? 100. What this start PTR has, that we have stored into this object PTR equal to start. Okay, then we'll write semicolon. Now we'll do this thing. In case of array, if you remember, we write I is less than a dot length. We go up to the last index, that is up to the uh, length, less than length. A dot length we used to write. In case of array, means we go up to the last index. In case of array, in case of this linked list, we have to reach till the last node of the list. So means what? What is the last node next part has? How will you recognize that we have reached to the last node? By knowing that which node next part is null. If the any node next part is null, it means that is the last node, which I have already told. This consideration you have to keep in mind, that last node next part has null in it. So how will you recognize that this particular node is the last node? If that node next part is null. So that I'm going to write here, PTR not equal to null. In case of last node, this condition will be false, because in case of last node, the value of PTR will be null. Null not equal to null condition will be false. I will trace it, don't worry if it is not clear. Then in case of array, if you remember, we write I plus plus, means first time the value of I is 0, next time it will be 1, so we will move to the next index. Next time I will be 2, I plus plus, so I will be 2, so we'll move to the next index, that is 2, next number 2, like that. So here also we have to move to the next node. In case of array, we move to the next index by writing I plus plus. In case of linked list, we have to move to the next node. How we can move to the next node? For that, we have to write PTR equal to PTR dot next. PTR equal to PTR dot next. This I'm removing. Okay. Okay. So PTR equal to PTR dot next. I'm going to explain it. Means by this way, by writing PTR equal to PTR dot next, we can move to the next node. These are the basic things, and little bit logical. You have to be little bit logical, only then you can solve this question. Okay. So if you have logical problem, then little bit difficulty you may face, but I will try to explain everything here. Okay. Now, see. Now we have to check each node info part. Here instead of info, what we have? We have num. What we have? Num. So we have to check each node num part is an odd integer or not. If it is an odd integer, we will count it. So since we are going to count something, so we need a variable as per the logic. Here we are going to count the odd numbers. I'm taking a variable odd, and that I'm starting with 0. Some, if you know, whenever we want to count something in any program, we need such variable which we initialize with 0. This is the logical part. Okay. Now here we'll check if PTR PTR is an object which has, this time it has the address of first node. Okay. We have started PTR from start PTR. If PTR dot num modulus 2 not equal to 0, we are checking for odd numbers, not equal to 0. If this condition is true, means that node has an odd integer. So here we have to increase the variable value, odd variables, the value of odd. by 1, odd plus plus. Okay, by this we are counting. Then coming outside the loop, we will write return that value of odd. It is said to count and return. Here you can see in the question, returns the count. Means, see, the return type of this method is int, so we have to return a value. This is the concept of function odd. The value of odd will return. Only this much you supposed to write. Only this much. Okay, see. So I'm going to explain it. Listen carefully. Okay. See, first of all, the value of start PTR is what? 100. That we are storing to PTR. As I told, in the case of array, we start from 0. In case of linked list, we start from start PTR or start. So that we have stored into PTR. So the current value of PTR is what? 100. Means this PTR has the address of this first node. Okay. Now PTR.num means this. PTR.num means this. You can see PTR has the address of 100. Address of this first node, that is 100. And what is PTR.num? It is 5. 5 modulus 2 not equal to 0. This condition will be true for all odd numbers. So this condition is true. So the initial value of odd is what? 0. So it will become 1 because of this condition is true. Then from here, listen carefully. PTR dot next. What PTR has? 100. What is in the next part of this? 200. What is PTR dot next? 200. That we are storing to PTR itself. PTR dot next is what? 200. That we are storing to PTR. So now the value of PTR will be what? 200. Means now this PTR has the address of this next node in the list. So by writing this, we are moving to the next node. How? I have explained. Got it? So PTR equal to PTR node dot next. By writing this, we are moving to the next node. Now this PTR had the address of second node. Got it? Now this condition. Come to this condition. PTR not equal to null. What is the value of PTR? 200. Is it? It is not equal to null. Condition true. PTR not equal to null. PTR is 200. 200 not equal to null. Condition true. So control will go inside the loop. Now PTR dot num. PTR has the address of this node. What is the num part? 6. The PTR dot num means 6 modulus 2 equal to not equal to 0. Condition false. This condition is false. So false, so the value of odd will not increase since we are going to count only odd integers. So coming back from here, control will come to here. This is the closing of loop. Now PTR equal to PTR dot next. See, PTR dot next. What is PTR? 200. What is the next part of this? 300. That will be stored into PTR. So the value of PTR will be what now? 300. Now it has the address of this third node. It is pointing to this. Okay, now coming back to here, control will come back to here. PTR not equal to null. What is the value of PTR? 300. 300 not equal to null. Condition true. This condition is true, so control will go inside the loop. Now PTR dot num. PTR has the address of this node. What this num part has? 7. 7 modulus 2 not equal to 0. Condition true. Condition true. So again the value of odd will increase by 1. Now it will become 2. Now PTR equal to PTR dot next. PTR dot next. What PTR dot next has? What is PTR this time? 300. What is the next part? 400. So the value of PTR dot next will be what? PTR is 300. What is in the 300 next part? 400. So PTR dot that we are storing to PTR itself. So by this way, we are moving to the next node. PTR will be 400. Now condition, this condition. PTR is 400 not equal to null. Condition true. So control will go inside the loop. Now PTR dot num. What is the value of PTR? PTR is 400. What is in the num part? It is 8. So 8 modulus 2 not equal to 0. Condition false. So control will the value of odd will not increase. Then from here, so we have reached to the last node. We have checked the value of last node now. Now PTR dot next is what? What is the PTR dot next? What is PTR? 400. What is in the next part of this? Null. So now PTR dot next is what? Null. That will be stored into PTR. So now the PTR has the address of none, means now it has null. Now PTR has the address of none. किसी नोड का एड्रेस ऑफ PTR के पास नहीं है. Now what it has? Null. Now here, then control will go back to here. PTR is null, not equal to null. Condition false. PTR is null. What is the value of PTR? You can see it is null. Null not equal to null. Condition false. So control will go outside the loop. तो लूप तब तक चलेगा जब तक ptr की वैल्यू नल ना हो जाए. Okay, coming outside loop, it is said in the question, returns the count. So that what we have counted the number of odd integers that we have stored into odd, so that I'm returning. So this is the concept. Okay, I hope it is clear. And the basic thing, most basic things, moving from node to node, this is the thing. We start from first node, we move to the next node by writing this, and we do this until this ptr not equal to null. ptr null होगी मतलब ptr सभी नोड से मूव कर गया, अब उसके पास किसी का भी एड्रेस नहीं है. Okay, I hope this point is clear. And again I'm repeating, the most basic part of this is what, this ptr not equal to starting from start, going until ptr becomes null, and ptr equal to ptr dot next. By writing this, we move to the next node. This is the concept. Further, you have to put the logic as per the question. Okay, so this is one question which I have explained. Okay, now I will upload another video with another question. So please watch this question, read this question, and go through the solution which I have explained. And if any doubt, you can ask through the comment section. Okay, so for this video, this much only. I will upload one more video of such question. Okay, so for this video, this much only. Thank you. Bye to all. All the best.